let's define, let's talk about the statutory definition, because that's really the measuring stick by which regulators and courts analyze and scrutinize programs. So at both the state and federal level, this is generally true around the world, a pyramid is defined as a program in which participants, and that's an important word because anti-pyramiding statutes don't speak in terms of distributors or non-distributors. They speak in terms of participants. A program in which participants receive compensation that's derived primarily, not exclusively, but primarily, whether directly or indirectly, from the introduction of additional participants into the program, as opposed to the definition of legitimate legal multi-level marketing, which it sounds very similar, but in reality it's the diametric opposite. An MLM program, a legal MLM program, is one in which participants receive compensation that's derived primarily, but again not exclusively, from the sale of goods or services to end consumers. So even in a legitimate MLM, recruiting, whether it's distributor recruiting or customer acquisition, is involved. It's an integral part of the program, but what ultimately produces the compensation for the participants is the sales of the company's goods or services. So that's the key. One is primarily distributor or participant recruitment based, and the other one is primarily sales based. So to your question, what are some of the factors at which they look? Really, and one of my favorite questions to ask entrepreneurs, whether distributors or whether corporate personnel, is, what do you believe is the single most important factor in the ultimate legality and viability and longevity of the company? And 140 plus years of direct selling history in the U.S. teach us it's value, the value of the products or services that the company's bringing to the market. And the reason that value is so significant, and a lot of people are surprised to hear lawyers talking about something that's as fundamental of a bottom line business issue as value, is because where there is no value, there really going to be no sales. And if the program isn't sales based, there's only one other option, and that is it's recruitment based. So again, value is really the cornerstone upon which a legitimate company is built. Because regulators and courts, they really scratch their head where there are no sales of a company's goods or services to people outside of this group of distributors. And one of the things I love to tell clients and also distributors, and it's probably the biggest secret today in direct selling, and I'll share it with you guys. You might want to write this down because this is huge. A lot of people don't know this. Customers are good for business. They really are. But again, the paradigm in the minds of the regulators and the courts is if a company doesn't have customers, and their definition of a customer is somebody who's purchasing the products simply because of their intrinsic value and who are non-participants in the company's compensation plan. Okay, so customers are good for business. Regulators like to see them. But something, Keith, something that you and I have talked about for a long time is one of the realities in direct selling is that, and this is true industry-wide, at least with legitimate companies that are offering legitimate goods and services at a fair value, one of the realities is that 70 to 80% of the people who get involved with direct selling companies really just want to be customers. How do we know this? Well, we know this because they buy their products month after month, but they don't do the things that distributors do. Like, they don't enroll any other distributors or customers. They never qualify to earn compensation. But like I said, they're buying that product passionately month after month. By their behaviors, what are they telling us? Answer, they want to be a customer. And so, one of the things that I like to discuss with the executives and leaders is one of the overarching realities in this business is you don't want everyone in the world as a distributor. You do want everyone in the world as a customer, because everybody in the world doesn't want to be a distributor. And so, we want to find out, where do you fit? And also understanding you're bringing two discrete things to the market. Number one, you're bringing products that have the potential to make a massive impact, massive difference in somebody's life. That's the customer opportunity. In addition to that, for people who are interested in the income opportunity and who are passionate about marketing and selling your product, fantastic. We have an opportunity for them too. It's called the distributor opportunity. But again, Everybody in the world is not going to be and should not be a distributor.